Hey, Ocean's 8, this is how you do that. Widows. So Widows is a new movie directed by Steve McQueen, director of 12 Years a Slave. It's a movie based on a novel written by Gillian Flynn, who's the author of Gone Girl. So all of that comes together for me to be like, that's probably gonna be a sweet movie. The opening plot that you mostly find out through flashbacks is there's this group of guys, they're thieves, they're led by Liam Neeson, they do a job, it goes bad, they die, but the ones they stole from are like, no, they stole money, and we're still owed that money. We're gonna go after Liam Neeson's wife for it, who's played by Viola Davis. So her and the group of widows, they get together and they're like, we need to do this job. We need to get the money. Let the mayhem begin. And I really dug this movie, like from the get-go, from the startup, it's intense. It just draws you in. It starts out with a really intense makeout session where I'm like, man, they're sucking face. The audience was just laughing, and then it flashes to the chase scene, and everyone was like, oh shit. The movie just draws you in. I just love the sound editing. It's one of those movies where when the sound's going down, when the cars are screeching, when the guns are going off, it's fucking intense. And Viola Davis is just a boss. She's great in everything. She was great in Suicide Squad 2. Come on. You can hate the movie all you want, but she's still great in it given her material. Kind of like Raul Julia crushes it in Street Fighter, you know? But it's not just her, the whole cast. Michelle Rodriguez was really good. Want to give some special love to Elizabeth Debicki? My point is I'm used to her being like the pretty one in this movie, the hot one in this movie, one of the perfect people in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This one requires a lot more from her, and she totally delivers. Daniel Kaluuya. Shit. This dude's great. He's super intense. He's like the kind of villain Woody Harrelson can play, where he's just staring at you and you're like, I'm unsettled, please stop. This dude is an intense dick kind of villain, which is funny because he started out playing good guy, then conflicted guy who fights for the villain, now full villain. But the villains in this movie, they're scary, they're unsettling, and they're the right kind of pressure to be like, I could see why they need to do this job. Now this movie being a heist movie, and I referenced Ocean's 8 already, I'll mention it again, since the Ocean's movies really revolve around the big heist is the point. This heist is very in and out. It's more the planning phase. It's more the being intimidated, reacting to it, like, all right, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna deal with this? How are we gonna deal with our lives? They're not good at being thieves. They're not criminals. Their husbands were. So they're kind of winging it. Sometimes they pass, sometimes they fail. It's a very fish out of water crime type of movie. That's one of the elements that makes this movie feel very realistic. So when the heist is kind of just an in and out kind of thing, you never feel let down by the fact that the job in the end is really quick, because the movie never feels that extravagant. The movie feels real. So I imagine the heist wouldn't be too extravagant. This movie does have a lot of cogs turning in it. A lot of information's coming at you. A lot of players in this game. Gangsters, politicians working together, mass hysteria. Not all of the arcs really tie up. Like Colin Farrell plays a politician in this movie. He's important to apply pressure to his opposition, who in turn applies pressure to the protagonist. He's an important role. He's just not a big role. There are a couple scenes in this movie, one in particular where I was like, that was dumb. The scene was kind of dumb. The dude in the scene was dumb. And it does make the fact that every dude in this movie, in the words of the great Team America World Police, they're all dicks, pussies, or assholes. So this dude in this scene was like next level stupid. Like dudes aren't actually that stupid, are they? Are they? I feel like I wouldn't be. If that happened, I'd be like, no, you're not kissing me. Who the fuck are you? But this was a legit enjoyable crime heist movie. And in this case, the heist doesn't make the movie, it's the characters. I was invested. Also, the attention to detail. There's this one little detail, this thing that happens when they're punching in a code, and I was just like, that's just smart. You didn't have to make it go that way, but it just made it all the more intense. Widows was really enjoyable, worth watching, and worth buying on Blu-ray. I just really like the fact that this movie gave them something cool to do. The movie didn't make them rob jewelry from a fashion show, you know, like girls do. That's what it seems like, right? In Ocean's 8, rob a necklace from a fashion show? It just sounds like someone was like, all right, we gotta make a heist movie, you know, another Ocean's movie, but it's gonna have all women, so I don't know, what do girls like? Jewelry, you know, chicks like jewelry, great, we'll have them steal some jewelry. But the women I know are like, I want to see women rob Vegas, that's cool. Women want to do the cool shit that dudes do in movies. Robbing Vegas is cool. Stealing a necklace from a fashion show, not. And if you don't believe me, reverse it. Could you see if they made Ocean's 14, would George Clooney and Brad Pitt be going, all right, we got the next job. We're gonna steal jewelry from a fashion show. No, anyone brought that to Daniel Ocean, he'd be like, get the fuck out, that's not cool. Sure, the money's fine, but that's just not metal. Granted, they stole a pretty blinged out egg in Ocean's 12, but Ocean's 12 was also ass, so there is that. So if it's too lame for Daniel Ocean and his crew, why is it not too lame for Sandra Bullock and hers? I just feel like the mindset there was like, but girls like that shit. Why not just have them steal a loot box from a Barbie factory? Why not have the cover be like, Ocean's 8 with a bunch of hearts? That's what it felt like. But all that does is compartmentalize. It's like you're walking down the aisles of Toys R Us, rest its soul. Boy aisle over here, girl aisle over here. It creates boxes in which the boys have to go here, the girls have to go here, because you made made that one awesome and you made that one weak sauce because you think girls want that shit. And I just don't think that's the way it is. Hollywood could be screaming about, oh, female representation all they want, but in the end, having Daniel Ocean's sister and her friends steal a necklace from a fashion show just felt like a pat on the head, like, that's what girls like. Jewelry, that'll shut them up. But no, they want to do cool shit. Like this. I bring this up because when those weak-ass movies get made and then someone reviews it on YouTube or talks about it out there on Twitter or something, and they were like, oh yeah, that all-female-led cast movie sucked, I see a lot of people like, that's sexist! And it's not. Like, the movie sucks. The genitalia of your cast doesn't make it good or bad. Widows was just a kick-ass movie that anyone could be in of any gender. It just happened to be women. Any dudes would be happy to be one of the ones doing the heist in Widows. No dude wants to be in Ocean's 8. That's a lame-ass job. All right, tangent over, rant over. All right, so Widows, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what did you think of, you know, my thoughts on Ocean's 8 versus this? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.